All right, here we go. It is 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm walking to the airport. I've only got a sweater and it's like minus 12, so we'll see how this walk goes. It might suck, I don't know, but that's okay. The real goal today is to sleep on every flight I can. I'm so tired. No, I slept for probably about 4 hours, maybe 4.5 hours. So that's not actually too bad, but yeah, if I can sleep on these flights too, that's the goal. But anyway, I'll update when I'm at the airport or when I think of something else. I'm excited to be vlogging again. I missed it a lot. I wish I had more time to edit my Asia trip before I go in for this one, but that's okay. Excited to be back at it. And here I am at the airport. Google Maps said it would take 45 minutes, and it took 40 minutes. Not gonna lie, I thought it would take like 30 minutes. Can't believe how accurate Google was on that one. And the walk was actually really nice. My hands are freezing, but otherwise, that was a really fun walk. All right, I'm at stop number 1. I'm in Toronto. I relaxed a lot on the flight. Don't know if I slept, but relaxed, which was nice. I'm just trying to find a decaf coffee. Found my gate. And then I'm just gonna chill out, probably read for a bit, stretch my hips out. The flight is in about 5 hours. Relaxation time. Oh, I watched Ready Player One on the flight over here. It's kind of a weird movie. Like, it wasn't a good movie, but they got access to a lot of like intellectual property that was pretty amazing that they got that. Okay, I studied for a bit. I read my book a little bit, and now I'm just walking around trying to find some food. Option to beat right now is salad from Subway. Seems like the healthiest and cheapest option. But there's also a Middle Eastern place that has Middle Eastern salads. But I'm also eating a lot of Middle Eastern lately. I don't know. But right now I'm just walking around, pulling off energy before I sit on this flight. And I found these stairs that remind me a lot of Tokyo. They're taking this, like one of those treadmill walking things apart so you can see how it works. So it's like little plaque things that are put on like the little rivets, and then they go around. That's so interesting. Well, I walked all the way down to one side of the airport. There's actually like no one here. The other side of the international is like so many people, and there's literally no one. It's pretty cool over here. But now I'm on the long walk back. This was like really fun actually. But Subway salad is the winner, so I'm gonna grab that. And then it's kind of 1 hour till takeoff, so I want to walk a little bit, but I want to eat my food and just be ready to sleep on this flight as best as possible. Well, I made it. It's still dark. It's like 7 in the morning.
The desk of lost and found
I'm just on my way
between gates E
to
and F.
customs. I have so much time.
Mr. Adam Gold.
So yeah, my first booking is at 11 o'clock at the Upside Down Museum, which is 4 hours from now. Per Google Maps, it's only 20 minutes away on bus. So by the time I get through customs, take the bus, I have about an hour and a half to kill. Or about an hour and a half to find some breakfast and walk around, I guess. I'm so tired. I did not really sleep on that. Like, I rested, but I didn't fall asleep. So I'm gonna sleep really good tonight. But I hope I can enjoy the day. Like, that's what I really want, is just to enjoy the day and then catch up on the sleep tonight. It's all decorated for Christmas. It looks very beautiful. What a magical time to arrive. What a magical time to come here. Look at this giant Christmas tree thing. There's so many giant Christmas trees. It's so beautiful. Train. This tram was like $10. The very first train I took was the wrong train. So it dropped me in Lelyland, and I just have to walk about an hour across town to get to this museum. Check out all these bikes. Crazy amount of bikes. But the walk should be kind of fun. I have a lot of time to kill. Hopefully I see some food on the way and see some sights. But it's kind of funny. The very first train, and I take the wrong one. See you later, train. Not gonna lie, I am tempted to rent a bike and bike around here. It doesn't even look too crazy. We'll see, I guess. We'll see when everybody wakes up what it looks like, but there's crazy bike infrastructure. So far, at least. I'm so rejuvenated by being here and being outside. I expected wood houses, but this is all like a nice fancy modern area. The Burnick House. There's like no one out right now. Which I find culturally fascinating, you know, like that was the same in Korea because everybody woke up at like noon. And now here, I guess it's Sunday too, but it's like 8 in the morning and there's like no one. So we'll see on a weekday. So Amsterdam has this crazy culture of murals. So this looks like the beginning of what I'm sure will be many, many murals. Oh my gosh, look at the detail on that. Look at that, that's a beautiful, beautiful mural. Life is so cool and fun. I'm so pumped I did this. I can't get out. And I mentioned when I went to Asia, the real testament here is I'm gone for 9 days on this trip. And I think that includes travel days. So I'm already down a day just on pure travel. So it's only 7 actual days on vacation. But 3 weeks is way too long. So I'm curious what I'm gonna feel about the 9 days. It's a experiment. Here's my first glimpse of the canal. Just hear geese honking away. It's the most beautiful kind of like weather. What? I've never seen this kind of bird before. It's got like a white head. It's so cool, so cute. So beautiful. These geese are so cute. So beautiful. Can you imagine this at sunrise? Oh my gosh. Forget about it. I don't know if that's what they say actually. Oh no, more warning signs in another language. I might be getting into trouble. I'm so excited about this. I feel so alive. You know, this is the architecture I expected. These like super tall houses that are all like really long and like 4 stories tall. That's what I expected. How narrow the street is here. Oh, this is cool. I can't get over how unique this is. So unique. It reminds me a lot of like Ireland. Man. Oh, there's like a little library. Oh, it's in Dutch. So cool. And I wouldn't get to see this if I took the right train, so blessing in disguise. Also, culture shock, none of these bikes are locked, which is insane. In Saskatoon, then we get stolen in like 5 minutes. Crazy. Okay, I am 6'2", and I am the shortest guy I've seen this morning. That's kind of weird. Now we're talking. Now we got some canal action. Right as I started filming that, the train went over this bridge. But anyways, now we got some canal action. The canal looks really crazy on that side. It's so cool how the canal just snakes through the city. So it's so quiet here. There's like not a lot of motor noise. Definitely no freeway noise. So peaceful. So beautiful. Ooh, I found a giant Central Park here. With the canals going around. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful that is. I mean, that is Amsterdam. So beautiful. Let's see what's going on over here. This is so beautiful. I can't get over that. So beautiful. They have the big underground garbages here, which I've never seen in real life before. So that's kind of neat to see. I'm so curious how the little lock thing works on it. Very cool though. Still walking my way over to the museum. There's supposed to be a huge park on the way, so I'll get there maybe like an hour early and just hang out in that park, I guess. It's perfect weather right now, like so perfect. So beautiful. Look at that cool sculpture. I can't get over how quiet it is. So peaceful. So quiet, so peaceful. Look at all the beautiful fall colors reflecting off the canal. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. It's so quiet, so peaceful. Like there's a lot of people running and biking and walking around, but I mean just generally, it's so quiet. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful that is. I found that giant park. I'm just chilling. There's a little river that runs through it, or a little canal. There's so many people out running. So there's like a bunch of people running and biking and walking their dogs. Like everyone's so active. I've never seen so many pedestrians and cyclists. A bunch of people singing while they bike. It's like really utopian in some sense. Like, oh man, it's so beautiful here. Love it so far. Great first impression. And I'm tired and grumpy, so that's how you know it's really good. It never gets old. Look how beautiful that is. Anyways, I'm out of the park, heading to this museum. I'm gonna try to find it without Google Maps. I'm gonna give it 15 minutes of trying, and then Google Map it. I'm so tired. Okay, heading into the upside down, wherever I'm supposed to be upside down. Let's go be upside down. Okay, room number one, we got a vertigo room. This is incredibly disorienting, very vertigo inducing. So cool. Okay, this is what it looks like. So it looks like that door is just constantly spinning. Super fun. There's another room full of jellyfish, kind of like Osaka, Tokyo. Hot take, don't get anything out of these mirror rooms. It's cool that they make it though. Stop number two is a giant ball pit. This is so weird. I have not been in a ball pit since I was like 7 years old. It's so relaxing. This ball pit's so relaxing. Such a relaxation style.
Are you ready?
Okay, I mostly did this stuff on my phone and then took pictures. Now I'm in a giant maze of mirrors here, walking around, having fun. I kind of got ahead of it. I was like stuck behind a family for a really long time, and now I'm ahead of them. It's kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie, I am 100% getting lost in this maze. It's very disorienting. Super disorienting. I found the end. This one's like a room where you take a picture inside of an airplane. And because I just got off the plane this morning, I'm like traumatized. I never want to see that thing ever again. And there it is. That's the whole thing. Look at that. That was a lot of pictures. Okay, I have like one more of those kind of like Instagram museum type things booked on this trip, and then I never want to do one of those ever again. They like are super unenjoyable. They have these like really tiny cars here, like these. It sits like barely 2 people. Like it's tinier than a golf cart. And you can see them like ripping around on the roads here. Pretty interesting. Hiking across the city, you got a 1-hour hike to get to the hotel. And then if they let me check in early, I'm gonna take a nap. If they don't, I'm gonna drop my bags and go eat a burger. But it's a fun day so far. There's a lot of these like wheelbarrow bikes here in Amsterdam. Kind of cool. I've never seen those anywhere else before. It's so beautiful. All right, onward. Time to chill out on the pier for a bit. Look how peaceful this is. Now that's relaxation. See, it's here to stand up. It's pretty wild. I've never seen that before. Look at these parking spots right up against the edge of the canal. That's lots of pressure. Okay, not gonna lie, I went back to my hotel and took a nap. The flight was rough on me. But anyway, now I'm up and I'm walking down to the Wallen to tour the red light district. I expect to learn a lot of things, particularly why the lights are red and not other colors. It's a good question. Dude, look how beautiful it is at night. So beautiful. So this is Fibo. It's like a giant vending machine for fast food. So you can like mix and match your order. Then you just tap your card and grab what it gives you. So I got a burger. This is so tasty. I got massacred. Alright, I met up with my tour group. We're here, roaming around the Wallen. There's over there the Grand Central Station. Cool. See what I learned. Okay, so yeah, we got Grand Central Station. And so Amsterdam used to be like a big port town. And so sailors would sail kind of around and over to India. And there was a huge mortality rate. So only 1/3 of them came back, which resulted, so this is interesting, it was very like a Catholic town. So the women that were married to the dead sailors could not remarry. So they ended up working in the sex trade, and that gave rise to the sex trade in Amsterdam. Principally, they would serve the foreign sailors. Alright, so we found one place. I guess Amsterdam used to be made out of wood, but it almost all burnt down, so that's why all the buildings are brick now. And so the 3 X's on the flag are theorized to represent the 3 perils of Amsterdam, which is fire, flood, and plague. I can't escape it. Another Buddhist temple. So that one, I guess, is the biggest one in all of Europe. I guess in the 70s and 80s, there was a big boom in Chinatown in Amsterdam as the dock workers were on strike. They hired a bunch of Chinese workers who moved in and created kind of Chinatown. And then they brought a bunch of drugs and gangs. And so it's kind of like the rough part of town. So over here is the Oude Kerk. I'll try to get a better picture of it tomorrow, but it's a church in the middle of the red light district, so you can go pre-confess before you get into your shenanigans. Alright, tour's over. Now I'm going to slowly make my way back to my hotel and eat everything I can find on the way. First, we've got a patisserie here. That was a fascinating tour. This is the Newark Square, which used to be the old kind of town market. It's kind of by the central station, so people would ship things in and then they would have the giant market here. And then it, it's beside the red light district. Okay, GoPro just died, so I'm picking up where I left off. But 1/3 was, 1/3 of the tour is about the history of Amsterdam. 1/3 was about the red light district and sex work in Amsterdam. And then the other 1/3 was about drugs in Amsterdam, like the coffee shops and they sell mushrooms here as well. And so the kind of theme, I guess, with Amsterdam is that if you can tax it, you can tolerate it. So a lot of these things aren't illegal, like selling mushrooms and selling marijuana here is not legal. But the money, or the government makes so much taxes that they're okay with it. So the red light district. So window prostitution started when prostitution was illegal. Women would go into their window and then they would kind of like do their hair and stuff. And then clientele would pop in, and then their defense was, oh yeah, I was just doing my hair. And then my friend came in to see me, you know, you don't know what happened. And so it kind of was like a workaround of the laws at the time. And then it just kind of kept on because it's like the culture at this point. The lights are red because so the lights are red because the prostitutes would get syphilis, which makes their skin red, and so they would use the red lights to kind of hide that, which is kind of but it was really interesting, man. I don't know if I've talked about it on the blog, but I think about it a lot, about you know, libertarian perspectives of like legalize and regulate all drugs and legalize and regulate sex work and things like that. And then, you know, I come here and it's like, I don't know, man. Like, our tour guide was talking about how, you know, the people that do that are perhaps in a vulnerable position, which is like, okay, that makes sense. If you're in a vulnerable position, like, you could do a lot of terrible things. You may as well make a lot of money. And so, you know, I don't know about that side of things. But where my big opposition in some sense comes to it is, I say all the time, the riptide of progress, in the sense of like what you do and what you work towards kind of shapes who you are. And so people may get into that because of, you know, the circumstances of the quick money, but then because of the momentum that they get, they're stuck in that. And it's not tenable long term, I don't believe. But yeah, that was really fascinating. So now I got some stroopwafel, heading back to my hotel. I'm gonna eat this bee, and then I'm gonna sleep for like 13 hours. Oh man. And it's just like, there's so many interesting legal workarounds. Like another one was this guy, like it was illegal to sell alcohol or something. And so he would rent out the cup, and then people would like put alcohol in it, or he would put alcohol in it, but they're paying for the cup. So he's not selling alcohol to anybody. And he had a bar called the Banana Bar, in which you could get a banana shake, which is a banana inside of a dancer that you would eat, which I'm going to be honest is not particularly appetizing. But Amsterdam, I'm realizing, is a very wild place. Look how beautiful it is here at night. This is so beautiful. Ah, so beautiful. So also a kind of a crazy thing is they have two red light, well, they have numerous red light districts. They have two main ones. One is for like the white sex workers and one is for the non-white sex workers. So all the Dutch people I've seen so far are like really lean. And I was like, oh, it's probably all the biking. But it's probably how insanely expensive the food is. Maybe a combination, but the food is so expensive here. Well, I have been awake longer than I ever want to ever be. And so now I'm going to lay in this bed and I'm going to eat this stroopwafel. Hot take, the stroopwafel is nothing special. It's pretty much the same as the Hedgehog Cafe one. I would argue the Hedgehog Cafe is actually better. The mini pancakes as well were not particularly special. They were interesting and they were chewier than I thought they would be, but they weren't amazingly tasty.